was mostly political people and money people that I found about Epstein.
Right.
But oh my god, the political people. Oh my god, I found so much. It's crazy.
Yeah, if that's not enough to turn you into an anarchist, I don't know what is.
Like, so up,
All these people that you have put in power.
and like everybody we've put in power. Okay, let's get this out of the way. This is the Higher Minds podcast. I'm Papa Darby.
I'm Scott.
Okay, now let's get into this because there's so much to get into. So this guy.
There's no fuck around at all on this episode. We're just getting straight into it.
Oh, I mean, we could fill an entire series with this shit. I mean, oh fuck. Okay, so right off the top, let me just say that what the fuck, Nancy Pelosi. Fucking Samantha Bee was right when she said that Ivanka Trump was a feckless cunt, but so is fucking Nancy Pelosi, so's fucking Chuck Schumer, so's fucking Mitch McConnell, or as his mother calls him, Bitch McConnell. Fucking, they're all feckless cunts. They're all involved in it, and just the whole DNC. Fucking Nancy Pelosi thinks that she's qualified to be the fucking leader when she was in bed with these motherfuckers, and while in bed and under her fucking leadership, fucking we got Trump. Now I hate Trump. I am a liberal for sure. I'm not a fucking Democrat because fuck these motherfuckers. Fuck all of them. Fuck Trump. Every fucking buddy. And if you might not have noticed, this episode is going to get a little political.
So for those of you listening, we're video chatting this episode so that we can see each other and not talk over each other as much. Darby has gone full-blown Italian talking with his hands while ranting about fucking Democrats and pedophiles, and it's pretty entertaining to watch.
Fucking disgusting pedophile. That's my best Italian accent, but he's a fucking disgusting pedophile. So is all of the fucking motherfuckers. Bill Clinton. Oh my god, I found so much on him and Bill Clinton. Fucking balls. Now, I want to say off the top, Pizzagate, not real, because it's actually called Orgy Island. Just so you know.
I just like that, what's his name is getting his comeuppance now. I'm going to space on his name. Shit. Crazy yell at everybody guy. Fucking conspiracy theorist guy. What the fuck is his name?
Are you talking about InfoWars?
Yeah.
Alex Jones?
Alex Jones. I don't know why the fuck I couldn't think of his name there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I like that he's been saying this for years and everybody's been calling him crazy. Turns out he's right.
This has led me to breakfast drink. Really. I mean, literally. Fucking Scott, I'm drinking right now.
Yeah. East Coast time, it's not too early to drink yet.
That's true.
My time, it's like 10 a.m.
I was drinking then, too. I'm not going to lie.
So, we had this episode planned a week ago, and then yesterday, it comes out in the news that Epstein, quote-unquote, committed suicide.
Got executed?
While in jail under suicide watch.
Nope, he wasn't under suicide watch.
Had anything available to him.
Actually,
no, they took him off suicide watch on the 29th, is what I read.
Yep.
But to get removed from suicide watch, you have to get cleared by a psychiatrist that you're not going to fucking kill yourself.
You know, you mean one rich fucking psychiatrist right now?
Sketchy.
That psychiatrist who just made a lot more money than they should have on their taxes?
The psychiatrist that unlocked the door for the Clinton's assassin?
Well, the ones that, cleared
I appreciate that all over social media and everything, whether you're 80 years old, 20 years old, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Green Party, whatever the fuck you want to be, everybody absolutely agrees that he did not commit suicide.
It's so motherfucking obvious. It's like...
It's so known that the Clintons just kill people who have information on them that everybody's like, oh yeah, the Clintons got him.
Oh.
And nobody's going to fucking do anything
for us.
about it.
We're the real fucking warriors here, Scott. Yeah.
So next week's episode will be canceled because Darby and I will both have mysteriously committed suicide.
This just makes me so sad.
I'm planning on 2 gunshots to the back of my own head.
So. I mean, I think that I'm going to take a shotgun to the back, like That's what I think I'm gonna. That's how I'm gonna go.
Oh shit! I keep calling you Darby.
Well,
You done lost your name.
but this is okay. In the spirit of a somber episode, Scott, please.
Cue sad music here. And as Darby stated last week, if the last episode didn't sound absolutely perfect, his name wasn't
You know
Papa
what?
Darby.
I'm going to fucking interrupt you right now.
And I'll give it to him. It sounded worlds better than what they had been the last couple weeks. I'll give him that.
Wait, and this is not going to be edited out. I'm just going to interrupt you. I'm watching CNN Live right fucking now, and Cory Booker is talking about the loss of his Aunt Alma, who died at age 100. What the fuck? I haven't seen shit on fucking Epstein on CNN at all. I'm sorry. That goes with the episode, but I'm sorry. Papa Darby has died. Scott, please continue. That was a great bit that I just fucked up, but god damn it, this is fucking pissing me off.
It's entertaining to watch you melt down.
I was so naive, and I deserve everything that fucking Papa Darby. I'm Papa Darby. That fucking Scott is saying right now. Please, Scott, continue. What happened to Papa Darby?
So Papa Darby had said that the last episode would sound absolutely perfect, or his name wasn't Papa Darby.
I did say that.
And it did sound a world better than what the last couple episodes had sounded. I'll give you that. I did the cut on it. The sync had gotten out of time at some point during the end of it, which I haven't re-listened to it since you posted it, but you said you fixed that, and I'll take your word for it. But you also said that you forgot the outro after you posted it.
Yeah.
So
it's not perfect.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's not absolutely perfect if the episode doesn't have an outro on it, right?
And you do have actual evidence via text, right?
Oh yeah, I took screenshots.
Yes, I saw those screenshots. Yeah.
So because the audio sounded so much better and it was just the sync and the outro that got fucked up, I'm gonna take away your Papa Darby just for this episode.
Okay, just for the
Next
episode?
week you can have it back.
All right,
just for this episode.
I think I deserve it.
So for this episode, you'll be referred to as the podcaster formerly known as Darby.
I don't accept.
And
that
I want
one.
you to refer to yourself by that entire name every time.
I don't accept that one. I think you can do better than that.
Do you want to go with the ball sweat McDickface? I was trying to be nice to you because it sounded so much better.
No, I think I deserve that. I kind of love it anyway.
What do you have on Epstein, ball sweat McDickface?
I am okay, everybody. This is Higher Minds. This is the Higher Minds podcast. I am Ballsack McDickface, Ball Sweat McDickface,
and I'm Scott.
Anyway, so let's talk about Epstein because I don't know if you saw that post, but I posted the first page of my research, but I've got pages of research that you can now hear me going through. Anyway, so Jeffrey Epstein. The title of my paper is called Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire who got Clintoned. So the top 3 headlines this morning when I started, he died yesterday, something like that, and on the 10th, yesterday. And so I did a little more research after I heard that. I literally screamed at my phone with my kids in the car that this happened. He couldn't wait a day for our prediction because we knew this was going to happen. This was going to be the culmination of the end of our show, that this guy is about to commit suicide.
Oh, I knew as soon as he got arrested, and I think a lot of other people who didn't have their head up their ass knew as soon as he got arrested that he was not going to make it to trial. Period.
No. I just hope he did the wonderful evil villain thing where he, at some future time, he's going to, all the information is going to be released posthumously. I hope that is set up, that the FBI, NSA, CIA, and those guys couldn't get to. I mean, because honestly, he was in bed with all the leaders of those organizations. So all of them had, want to get dead or gone or silenced or whatever, suicided, obviously. And yeah, I think that his connection with them, that maybe he possibly could have set up something that they did not anticipate. I hope beyond hope. Yeah.
You broke up there. I didn't catch that.
So. That's all right. I have it recorded. Anyway, so the top The top 3 headlines when I started researching this morning were, quote, "There's no way Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, a former NYC jail inmate says," unquote, and, quote, "the completely predictable death of Jeffrey Epstein," quote. Right? We knew this was about to happen, right? Predictable, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've been posting about this whole pedo thing for a while on your timeline and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, all of us that pay attention to what actually happens knew this was coming. Scott, the podcaster, doesn't have a Facebook page or anything like that. Papa Darby, the podcaster, has a Facebook page.
Yeah, that's basically my only.
Both of us each individually have our own private pages, though, too.
Right, right. But
I am not a social butterfly per se the way Darby is, so if you want to hear from me, just look up our regular Facebook page or Higher Minds page. I'm the one that posts most of that, I would say. So
yeah, you have the Facebook, I the Instagram. That's the way that our duties switched or have divvied out.
right, yeah, you do post to Facebook occasionally, but I would say a good 70% of that is from me.
For sure, I would agree with that. Oh, and that mentions social butterfly ish. I need to mention a couple people that we've connected with via our podcast.
Okay.
So
who have we connected with?
So
because I'm not in the loop on this one, I don't think.
So I've seen other podcasts switch to this portion at the end, but I would just say because we're brand new and I want these people to hear us like right now. Jennifer Chastain, she posts some fucked up shit. Most fucked, like you post some fucked up shit, but this chick, she started posting this like wrapped fucking roast beef picture that is like has cheese squirting out the end of it, and it's calling it an uncircumcised dick or some shit, and it keeps on fucking popping up on my timeline, and it's grossing me out. And like, but she always supposed to do so. Jennifer Chastain, thank you for your contribution. And also Nate and Kate. I know they sound like a couple, but they're not a couple.
Nate and Kate.
Yeah, there was one time I dated a name rhyme with mine. Yeah, and that was no end of entertainment for everybody else. That sucked. Anyway, so Nate and Kate from the Residence Inn in Parsippany. Thank you guys. You guys were great. You guys were the bright spot in an otherwise New Jersey. Yeah, I had some fun in New York, but New Jersey, yeah.
Lucky you.
Anyway, they're good peoples. Yeah. Anyway, so that's some people that we know, listeners that we know that are, yeah, we want to say hi to. I want to say hi to.
What are you doing? I like that I can see you fuck up on this one.
I have been drinking. Yeah, no. The phone just fell, and the my headphones got ripped out of it. So that's what happened. Are we gonna get an Epstein? Fuck this motherfucker.
Yeah,
you know what? This asshole deserves exactly what he got. This is justice. But some other people needed fucking justice before he got his justice. Just saying.
I would have liked to have seen him take down everybody with him before.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that.
Quote unquote killed himself.
Yeah. You called it. Like, I was naive, and I thought that he would, that the right things would have happened with this, and no, it didn't. It didn't. But anyway, so Jeffrey Edward Epstein, born January 20th, 1950. He died on August 10th, 2019. He was an American financier. He began his career in finance at Bear Stearns. He then started his own company called J. Epstein & Co. His parents, Pauline and Seymour. His father's name is probably why he became a pervert later. Seymour.
Did you say his dad's name was Pauline?
No, his dad's name was Seymour.
Did I hear you right?
His mom was Pauline, but his dad was Seymour.
Okay.
As in Seymour Dick, because guy. Anyway, they were a homemaker.
That's one of my favorite books.
What?
Under the Bleachers. You ever read that one?
No. What?
Under the Bleachers?
No.
It was written by Seymour Butts.
No. I've heard the joke, but I've never. It's a book?
It's a fucking joke that looking at your face has gone right over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
this
Under
you know
the Bleachers
what?
by Seymour Butts.
Oh, yeah. The
Huh?
The way we got the setup now. I think we're perfecting this pretty well. Anyway, everybody's going to want to listen to this. Anyway, Seymour Butts, yay. Anyway, they were a homemaker and groundskeeper for the Department of New York City, respectively. Jeff himself attended Twain Junior High and Interlochen Center for the Arts. He was a talented piano player at the age of 5. For the age of 5, he wasn't like Mozart or some shit. He was just good for 5. Anyway,
he was better than most 5-year-olds.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Anyway, so I just wanted to point out that mathematical talent are commonly found together, which may be why he started working in quote unquote money as a financier. But in addition to this, he did skip 2 grades in high school when he was 16 at Lafayette High School. In the fall of 1974, he started teaching math and physics at Dalton High School. But this motherfucker, this fucking pedophile was teaching at a fucking high school. What the fuck is that shit? What the fuck is that shit? I hate this guy. I'm glad he's dead.
I wish I had a clicker for every fuck that you say this episode.
What'd you say?
I said I wish I had a clicker for every fuck that you say this episode.
Oh, it's recorded. We can go back and count. We should.
It's gonna be up there. I can already tell.
I just hate this guy so much. But anyway, at Dalton, he met Alan and started working at Bear Stearns for him. And after that is basically everything that we know about him is public. I mean, don't worry, I have a bunch more to talk about that I've written down, but I wanted to cut back to Scott. What's Scott have to say?
See, you took the Epstein lead on this one.
Yeah.
We were going to split this. We were just going to do, initially, we're going to do just pedophiles and current day event kind of thing, covering Epstein, obviously. And then he went and died and
fucking died.
Our format here.
Got executed.
I had focused more on the Hollywood pedophile end of things. And then the organization Thorn. Have you heard of Thorn?
No. What is that?
It's Kelso from That 70s Show. Him and his ex-wife, Demi Moore, started a organization to cut down on child trafficking. So I focused on the Hollywood end of things, while you focused on the Washington end of things.
I wonder how effective that was. I mean, Hollywood is also well known for that kind of activity. And I mean, Moore is a big old figure in the scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, her and Kelso, they started this organization, and they've saved something like 6,000 kids or something like that, I think is what I've seen.
No shit, that's awesome. I think I want to give him a hug. Kelso, I'm going to define Kelso as Ashton Kutcher, but whom will continue to be referred to as Kelso, I guess, throughout the rest of the episode.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, he'll be Kelso to the day he dies in my book. Like, that was such a fucking great character.
Yeah. Dude, where's his car?
Here it is. Thorn, through its products and awareness programs, have helped identify approximately 6,000 child sex trafficking victims and more than 6,500 traffickers, and rescued 100 victims of child abuse.
You know what? That's awesome. I really like that.
So this is Hollywood people actually doing good shit. Like,
that is awesome. That, like, my soul felt dark after all of this research, and that makes it better. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Kelso went and spoke before Congress several years back. I'll send you the link to that video. I'll put it up on Facebook and everything for us too. But yeah, he sat down in front of Congress, and he's not as good as D. Snyder.
You want to play some of it on here?
But he was decent.
I don't know. They're different topics. I can't it's apples and oranges. Sex slavery is so much more important than anything D. Snyder talked about in front of Congress. He was good, yes. Good cause, yes, but I would rather solve this other one first.
Oh yeah, child sex trafficking is a much more important topic than censorship, but D. Snyder was a badass in front of Congress, so
hey, since we referred to it, yeah, that's one of our older episodes. Which episode was that? That actually has a lot of plays too.
That was the metal episode that we talked about him on.
What number is that?
Let me go to my files. I can find it. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
That was episode number 13.
Oh, that's right. It was 13.
Oh, yeah. We planned it that way, too.
Yeah.
We put it off for a week. It was going to be 12, and we put it off for a week so it could end up on 13.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Anyway.
I've been on the other end of a phone call from my team asking for my help because we had received a call from the Department of Homeland Security telling us that a 7-year-old girl was being sexually abused, and that content was being spread around the dark web. And she had been being abused, and they'd watched her for 3 years, and they could not find the perpetrator, asking us for help. We were the last line of defense. An actor and his foundation were the potential last line of defense. That's my day job, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, Kelso and Mrs. Willis, huh?
Mrs. Willis?
Yeah.
Is that what you called her?
I did.
The former Mrs. Willis?
I gotta give my props to
the
Bruce.
Former Michael Kelso? Like...
Well, no, Kelso is the former Mr. Moore, right?
I guess he would be the former Mr. Moore. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We're not trying to bust your balls. You guys have done some work. If you ever hear this, thank you guys for your contributions and shit. But still, Hollywood stuff, jokes are funny. So, I don't know. Deal with it, I guess. You do good work.
I mean, I'm going to make jokes throughout this to try to lighten the mood. It's a pretty fucking dark subject we're taking on this week.
I'm happy to be angry about it. I don't know. We're gonna rant a little bit. Well, Darby is. Or I'm sorry, Ball Sweat is.
Yeah, Ball Sweat makes face. Get it right.
Yes, sir, can I have another?
So do you have a list of people who, quote unquote, allegedly went to Kid Fucker Island?
No. I don't, because, and there's a reason for that. That list is everybody. It's fucking everybody in power that you've ever fucking heard of. Like, Jared Fogle is on that fucking list. Stephen Hawking is on that fucking list. Everybody you've ever heard of is on the fucking list, except for Kelso and Demi.
Did Stephen Hawking's dick work?
What?
Did Stephen Hawking's dick work?
I don't know. Fucking
nothing else worked.
He was around little girls getting fucked. I mean, he was there. He didn't say shit about it. He said a lot about fucking dark matter and shit, but he didn't say anything about this.
The darkest of the dark matter.
That's nice. I like that. Actually, it was black holes. He said,
and that's why I'm going to have.
He was the guy for black holes, not dark matter so much. That was somebody else, but black holes works, I guess. Yeah. I'm okay with going to hell. Like, I'll meet these guys and punch them in the throat. If you ever meet these guys, punch them in the throat. You have Ball Sweat's permission.
Throat punch seems a little nice, but it's a good start.
As a start, I mean, if you start there, you are required to continue with something else. Probably something with jagged edges.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe a little hot sauce, lemon juice, just to make it sizzle a
little. Like, administer this punishment under a shower of hot sauce and lemon juice.
There you go. All right, we're getting somewhere.
Like, I don't mind being sadistic at these guys. You want to talk about their connections / activities to / with power? That's a heading I have.
Yeah, people who hurt kids are the lowest of the low in my book. Like,
it's kids, followed closely by animals, followed by everything else.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, more often than not, I'll take the animal side over an adult side. So.
Yeah. Most of the time. Anyway, so Roger Stone. You know who Roger Stone is?
I've heard the name. No, I'm thinking of Roger Stone. Who the fuck is Roger Stone?
Okay, so Roger Stone was a Trump ally. He's the guy that went to prison for lying to the FBI or some shit. I'm not a fan of Roger Stone. As I said at the top, I want anybody who can to beat Trump. I hate Trump. I hate the Republicans. I don't hate the Republicans. I hate their ideologies. I hate what they're doing. But this is worse than anything that I've ever heard the Republicans do. Just saying. And as Roger Stone, one of Trump's allies, said in his book, quote, or, the book's title is The Clintons' War on Women. He titles the chapter Orgy Island. It's chapter 7 and is about Jeffrey Epstein's relationship with the Clintons. But I gotta say that, to be honest, if you were to look at my Pornhub search history, it'd probably have Orgy Island on it. So I can't hate that much, I guess. I hate all that, but yeah. So the tagline to the chapter is a quote by Jeff about Bill Clinton, that is. It's quote, "Well, he owes me a favor," unquote. Damn. After his presidency, Stone gives the impression that Bill went out to party and chose to party with Epstein. Jeff, Bill, and some of their other friends, who I'm not going to name because it's all hearsay and alleged, and everything except for the alleged Bill Jeff relation, everything like that.
Here, though, Bill Clinton has been accused many, many times of sexual misconduct with women. Whether they're grown interns, many times.
During his governor campaign.
I don't know if he's ever been. I know he's paid off people, but I don't think he's ever been convicted of anything.
He's never been, no. He was impeached, but was not convicted. At what point do
you need to stop saying allegedly? It's pretty well fucking known that he's doing this shit.
Well, that's why I say his name specifically, and everybody else is alleged. I'll fucking call that motherfucker out.
Yeah. At a certain point, it's pretty well just known that some people are fucking rapists. I think Bill Clinton's in that group. I think you could easily throw Bill Cosby in that group too.
Yes.
At some point, there's so many allegations that it's just a known thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, right. I mean, the evidence piles up. It's really hard to ignore and say no. Something else happened. Anyway, so Jeff, Bill. I'm sorry to continue with that thought. So the things that are alleged or the things that are hearsay that are in this book, I have kept out. I've only asked that can be corroborated by other sources.
Okay.
Anyway, so Jeff, Bill, and other friends who would fly around in Epstein's plane that they dubbed Air Fuck One. According to Roberts, Virginia Roberts is who I'm talking about. She was a girl that Epstein's girlfriend recruited and sold into prostitution and stuff like that when she was 15. According to Roberts, they would go to Fort Lauderdale, to a Fort Lauderdale bus station, and she would troll for underage girls to pander to her quote-unquote boyfriend, Jeff. Ghislaine Maxwell, who was... So Ghislaine Maxwell was the girlfriend of Jeff Epstein. She was also a pedophile, and she was a part of this rape factory. She facilitated almost everything, and I think she got in trouble for it. I have a Wikipedia page up here and ready, but I'm going to continue with my notes. Anyway, so Ghislaine Maxwell was a friend and even of the Clintons, and even went to Chelsea's wedding. So now poor Chelsea is implicated. Fuck. From the boat, a question for Bill and Hillary might be, is the Clinton Foundation shoveling money to Maxwell in return for, say, staying silent about any of Bill Clinton's sexual activities with underage girls of the Epstein entourage? That is hearsay, but that's a good question, right?
I don't know about this specifically, but the Clinton Foundation has been found to have been using funds inappropriately in the past, too. Funneling donations that were meant for one thing into something completely different. That entire family is just corrupt as fuck.
I can't disagree with that. Although I think that we should say that they're alleged. All of that is alleged because people haven't fucking looked into it. The people that could, get them, convict them of shit. Nah.
Well, they'll never be convicted of anything.
He beat an impeachment,
They're the Clintons. They're fucking Teflon.
And that's why Nancy won't fucking impeach Trump either, because she's fucking in on it.
anything you throw at him is gonna fucking slide right off. But I'm pretty sure it's pretty clear out there that they were sending funds from the Clinton Foundation to places where they shouldn't have been.
Sure. I don't have any evidence of that. The only place I've seen that is on source worthy, but I have seen that rumor.
And
Just saying.
Hillary Clinton herself, I saw something on Facebook the other day, and I'm gonna fucking steal it because I don't give a shit. I'm not saying Hillary Clinton is hideous, but all her male friends are rapists, and she's never been raped. Yeah, I
She's
saw
one
that
tough
one the other
bitch.
day,
Yeah.
and that's gold.
that's pretty good. So, dude, Scott, come on, brighten my day. What good things are happening? I have more, but let's switch it up. What's good?
Let's get into Michael Kelso here and his child organization. So in 2009, Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore established an international human rights organization,
Nice.
the DNA Foundation. They later changed the name to Thorn, Digital Defenders of Children.
Nice.
They work to address sexual exploitation of children and the proliferation of child pornography on a global scale. They changed the name to Thorn in 2012 after the two of them had divorced.
To what? But it's still around?
Yeah, they're still around. They just changed the name from DNA to Thorn.
Oh.
Basically.
Oh. Okay.
I guess this started when Demi Moore watched a MSNBC documentary on human trafficking and sexual slavery of children in Cambodia. While later researching some of the issues that were present in the film, she was inspired to act when she learned that child pornography and sexual slavery of children were taking place not only in Cambodia, but also in the United States. So
I thought you were gonna brighten my day here. That's horrible.
This isn't some third world problem. It's going on right here in the U.S. too, and them being Americans wanted to take a stand on this.
I don't know what to say
the goal
about
of the
that.
program includes developing technological barriers and initiatives to ensure safety of children online and deter sexual predators on the internet. Various corporate members of the task force include Facebook, Google, Erdito, Microsoft, Mozilla, Palantir, Salesforce Foundation, Symantec, and Twitter. Some of those I've never fucking heard of. Clearly.
So, but the thing is Epstein was involved with some of those people too. So how real is that shit? I mean, I don't mean to bring you fucking down and everything. It's just this story goes to everybody, even though any higher
the
player.
Entire system. From Hollywood to politics to social media, all of it.
That is really.
There is a crumb of pedophilia in all of it.
That is really disheartening. The world is
in
built
November
on
of
pedophilia.
2012.
It seems.
What was that?
It seems that the world is built on pedophilia. This story right here is just got me. So I hate people so much. I mean, I love everybody.
And it's been going on forever. Like the Romans were fucking kids too. Like it's not a new thing.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not a new thing. It's everything is about that.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, like the whole basis of Western civilization, it turns out, is based on fucking children.
It makes me identify with Kublai Kai a little better. And the Chinese.
Cobra Kai? The bad guys from the fucking Karate Kid? Did I hear you right?
Kublai Kai, the Mongolian warrior.
Did he sweep the leg?
He probably swept a few, yes.
Yeah, I for sure heard Cobra Kai when he said that the first time.
Kublai Kai. I'm trying to think of Eastern conquerors. That's where they came from.
Attila?
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of, but I've been drinking. Slut. Fuck you.
So in November of 2012, Kutcher and Moore made the following statement regarding the overall focus of the technology that they're developing. For the past 3 years, we have focused on work broadly on combating child sex trafficking. It has become crystal clear in our efforts that technology plays an increasingly large role in this crime and the sexual exploitation of children overall. We believe the technology-driven aspect of these crimes demands its own attention and investment. So basically, they're working on saving kids through making technology to track the images, the videos, and the people sharing them,
But what that sounds like
is essentially what they're doing.
is a bit of backpedaling in that they discover the vastness of this organization and they're like, oh, fuck, it's everybody. And so they're like, we'll just try with
they
this.
worked with, like I mentioned before, people like Facebook and Twitter and everything to figure out who is sharing these images, because there's so many people on all these platforms that you can't possibly keep track of every
Well,
single
it's not even that. It's the powerful people that are actually doing it.
Well, yeah.
And I don't mean everybody, each individual person. I most certainly am not. I am not aware of anybody who's fucking any kids. If I were, I would end them. But what and I mean that as in like tell the law enforcement. I am not threatening anybody. What I'm saying is just there's it's common among powerful people. Like seems to be a common trait.
Yeah, whether it's like we've said Hollywood or politics, like
Yeah. All right, you want to talk about some worse shit?
So
Oh, yeah.
July of 13, Thorne began talks with leading internet companies to collaborate the creation of a database of millions of child abuse images of the web. That's what we were just talking about, basically. If you can track down the images and where they came from, you can track down the people putting the shit out there. I had watched a thing yesterday. It was from an Australian news channel, actually. They had busted a guy. He was like the biggest child porn producer in the world or some shit like that. He was a social worker with like 5 or 6 kids under his care that he was exploiting and making these videos. And I don't know if it was Thorne directly or somebody else, like the Australian version of that or whatever the case was. But on these child porn message boards and everything, he had a way of signing off. He'd say hiya instead of goodbye or whatever. They tracked down, they took that phrase and searched it on other platforms, eliminated women from the equation, and found one person that would very commonly use that phrase. Figured out that he was the one uploading all the shit, filming all the shit. A freckle on his finger that was seen in one of the videos is what for sure connected him to those videos and everything. So, but yeah, they did get the guy. Whether that was Thorne or some other company, I don't know. But
I hope he's now.
It is just fucked up that somebody responsible for taking care of these kids.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Was the one that was exploiting the.
But I mean, those type of people are drawn to those type of occupations where they are responsible for kids, like camp leaders and fucking scout leaders and shit, like fucking preachers and priests and shit. I mean, those types of people are drawn to that, to a profession where they can manipulate their dick into some kid.
Right. Whether it's like you said, priests or politicians or fucking movie producers.
And as we said before, I think it was
people who are drawn to that sort of thing are gonna go to careers where they can exploit that.
And I think it was said in the last episode that the people that are willing to do the most despicable things are the ones that end up in power. And unfortunately, it's them.
Yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell. You know who she is? You remember her from when I was just explaining her before?
Who did you broke up?
Ghislaine Maxwell. So Ghislaine was Epstein's girlfriend. She's the one that facilitated a lot of this stuff. In fact, the one that's been on like the Today Show and all the daytime talk shows, the blonde, When she said some woman recruited her for this, it was Ghislaine she was talking about. Now, Ghislaine is spelled Ghislain, right? Ghislain. Yes, I said that right the first time. Um, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm calling her Ghislaine because she provided a lane for Epstein's jizz. That was a long bit, right? You like that though. I see you laughing. Anyway, so Epstein has been.
I have bad hearing, and we're talking through a phone, and it's breaking up. So most of what you say, I'm gonna hear for the first time clearly when I edit this or whatever. Like,
Don't worry, everybody in their car is laughing at that. They thought that was hilarious.
oh,
Epstein has been linked by the FBI to as many as 35 underage girls and allegedly provided minor girls to Prince Andrew, among other VIP pedophiles. Now, all of this information is as of the printing of this book, or the publishing of this book. This is there's it's been about a year or so or longer, and there's more that has come out since. There's been more people that have come out, but for that. For any offense, he only served 13 months in prison the first time. The second time, he was executed. He committed suicide the second time. Jeff once confessed to molesting up to 1,000 underage girls to Virginia Roberts. If you remember, Virginia was one of the girls that he got when she was 15. Jeff was only required to serve his sentence at night and was allowed to spend his days as he pleased out in his mansions or wherever he wanted. He just slept at the jail and left after waking up.
Boy, it must be nice to be rich.
Right? I mean, well, he's that rich though. I mean, he's rich. Was. He's dead now. He's just as rich as anybody else now. Anyway, Ann Coulter. I hate Ann Coulter. I think she's awful. I think she's a horrible human being. But she's smart as fuck. It's really hard to argue with her. Doesn't make her a shit person, but still, she's smart. Anyway, she hit the nail on the head when she said, "This is the elites circling the wagon and protecting a pederast." Unquote. Bush's Attorney General, Alberto Gonzales, said, quote, Epstein was pandering these girls to many VIP pedophiles, and the government, which is supposed to protect these children, did not want a political mess on its hands, unquote. Jeff once bragged that he had bought a 14-year-old girl for his personal sexual gratification. What the fuck is that shit? What the fuck is that shit? What the fuck is that shit? I mean, oh, this guy. I hate this guy. As of 2015, the families of 33 female child sex victims of Jeff have settled lawsuits, according to a writer named Nick Bryant. Virginia Roberts, known in a lawsuit as of the publishing of this book, was the precious jewel of Epstein, who sexually abused her and pimped her out to his friends. Ghislaine Maxwell was Jeff's pedophile girlfriend, who was one who snared Roberts for Jeff when she was just 15. Roberts then became a sex slave and prostitute for the next 3 years, 15 to 18, because you age out when you're 18.
Not to interrupt you, but were these all female, or were there male?
I have not heard of a male. I think they were all female. I have not heard a male at all, not once.
So there's a little bit of difference there, because a lot of the Hollywood shit, it's both, and it seems like the Catholic Church shit, it's almost exclusively boys.
Right. So yeah, there's different groups of pedophiles and disgusting people, as we all know. Anyway, I'm on my last page, so I can pause and listen to. Do you have something pretty, something good to listen to? Something good.
I have some statistics from Thorne's website here.
That doesn't sound good, but let's hear them.
African American and Latino youth are overrepresented in child sex trafficking cases. According to the FBI, 52% of all juvenile prostitution arrests are African American children.
Yeah, that doesn't. That's
over
not
91% of. Say that again.
I said no. That's not good. That did not brighten my day.
Over 91% of the girls participating in Los Angeles Star Court a court for child sex trafficking victims are African American or Latino. Studies consistently report that 50 to 90% of child sex trafficking victims have been involved in child welfare system. So it's usually lower income families that are victims of this.
So it's more about vulnerability than race.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I would say that statistically, African Americans and Latinos are more likely to be on welfare. So it's just a vulnerability thing, like you said. Those are the people needing the money, I guess.
Yeah.
Internationally, 76% of refugees surveyed in the Mediterranean indicate that they had been trafficked or exploited. So again, with the refugees, it's just people to easily victimize. In 2017, an estimated 1 out of 7 endangered runaways reported to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children were likely child sex trafficking victims. 88% of these likely sex trafficking victims were in the care of social services or foster care when they went missing. So that ties into that guy in Australia. Kids that are in the system, what was that, 88%, I think it was? 88% of them go missing.
Wait, go missing or have some sort of sex?
88% of the kids that are trafficked allegedly come from.
Yeah, I would imagine. They'd be the easiest to get.
150,000 new escort ads are posted online every day. 1,000 American children are arrested for prostitution each year.
Wow.
Thorn, through its products and awareness programs, has helped identify approximately 6,000 child sex trafficking victims and more than 6,550 traffickers, rescuing 100 victims.
Wow.
When you really put numbers on it, it makes you realize how big of an issue this is.
It's staggering and it's disgusting and it's like the worst thing that another person can do to another human being, and it's so I don't want to say common. It's not common, but it's common among the powerful, and it's just it sucks. It sucks. All of it sucks. So back to Virginia Roberts real quick. I've got a little bit left with her. She says she was trafficked, or that Jeff trafficked girls to politicians, Wall Streeters, and A-listers. I'm not really sure what A-listers means, but to curry favor among them. Jared Fogle. Do you remember what happened to him or what his problem was?
He got busted on child porn a couple years ago and went to prison, I think it was.
Yeah, but
he's
he was
getting a foot long of a whole different kind right now. Prison rape.
Well, the right kind, as we all got, because they weren't foot long, so we all got. Anyway, but he was saying that, or he was bragging to one of his aides or something that he had fucked a 14-year-old. But he's, one of these.
Do you
powerful
remember
people.
that episode of South Park?
I do.
Jared Fogle's AIDS.
That's why I said that. I hope he gets AIDS too. That'd be awesome. Yay, Jared Fogle dying horribly, and all of these people. Anyway, so she says that Virginia Roberts, that she said she was made to have sex with Prince Albert and Alan Dershowitz, who was a very prominent attorney. Dershowitz was known to defend pedophiles like Polanski and Mike Tyson. Sorry, I know he's done some cool stuff lately, but he was charged with fucking a 13-year-old. Sorry. He got off, though. Thank you, Alan Dershowitz, I guess. In 2015, Prince Andrew was shown in the media to have taken a picture with Roberts when she was just 17, lending further evidence to her stories. That's what I got, but there is so much more. Like, we could do a series on this. Yeah.
I have some other decent human beings that are a part of Thorn or supporters of Thorn.
Please. Please.
If you're done, I'd kind of like to end on a high note. If
Yes.
you're okay. Some of these celebrities and athletes, actors, whatever, that are involved in some way with Thorn as far as supporting them or whatever. Simon Baker, Jessica Biel, Bradley Cooper, Drake, Jamie Foxx, Kake, maybe? Kaka with the little thing over top of it. Never heard of him.
I don't know.
Stacy Keibler, John Legend, Eva Longoria, Ludacris, Jason Mraz, Sean Penn, Adrian Peterson, Zachary Quinto, David Spade, Ben Stiller, Justin Timberlake, Kendall Ray, and Sofia Vergara.
Nice.
So there are some decent human beings left in Hollywood, it looks like.
Oh, I hope so. I hope there's decent people everywhere. I hope the decent people outweigh the horrible people that I've been reading about lately.
A couple organizations that work with them too are the Polaris Project, Girls Education and Mentoring Services, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I was looking at their website yesterday. They do have a career section on there, and it looks like they do have several open positions. So if you're listening to this and might want to get involved in some way to try to help these kids, that might be a good first step.
Any contact information?
They are at thorn.org.
Yeah, thorn.org.
Yeah, thorn.org.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Scott.
Try to end on a little bit of a high note as far as an episode about fucking children goes.
Guys, I wanna reiterate that I'm not hearing. In fact, you know what? Here, let me play 10 seconds of a montage of the politicians who have spoken about Epstein before he died. I'm going to cut it in here. Yeah, so that's sad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so you ended on a
So
high
many of
note. I'm sorry. I fucked that up with my low note. But yeah. I think this will just be a one-off.
Corey Feldman's like one of the only people in Hollywood really speaking out about this shit too. Like, he's been on this kick for years.
Yeah,
now.
no, I know. I'm familiar with his speakings. I don't know if I would call it work or if I should call it work, if that's what he would call it. But I've heard him, and it's, yeah. I mean, it's one of the reasons that, well, he claims that River Phoenix it contributed to his death. Corey Haim definitely contributed to his death. So I'm kind of familiar with what he says.
Elijah Wood has spoken out about it.
Yeah, he was a child star, wasn't he?
The guy from
The
The
guy
Hobbit.
from The Hobbit.
Yeah.
That's right.
Supposedly he wasn't touched. I've seen interviews with him saying that his mother made sure that he was never left alone with people like that.
Who?
But he knows people around him that had been.
Oh, Wood?
Yeah.
It's ironic that his name is Wood
Frodo.
then, because penis. His name means boner.
Yeah, as far as fucking Hollywood goes, like, everybody, it looks like. I saw something with Feldman. He was saying there was a picture of him when he was 14, 15 years old with like 5 guys hanging out around him. And looking back now, he knows that all 5 of those people had been accused by peers.
That is horrible. Oh my God.
Like, literally just grew up surrounded by them.
I'm wondering, like...
Because he had been acting since he was like 3 years old or some shit like
right.
that. He had been acting his entire life. He's never known not being famous.
Right. Or at least working like in the industry. I wonder how much Weinstein is involved in this, because he's involved. but he's sitting there in prison.
Well, that was kind of what kicked off the whole pedophilia thing, was the Weinstein allegations a year or so ago.
Well,
Like that was
so no, Epstein got convicted and served time. Like, I mean,
right. I'm saying this new wave that we're looking at.
yes,
now.
yes, you're right. His actions did contribute to this momentum. You're right. You're entirely right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was the one that kind of brought it to the mainstream eye a year or so ago.
But this, like, I haven't heard any. It was all just other actresses, nothing underage. I wonder how much involved he is with the underageness, or if he was entirely
with him,
different group.
It seems like most of what I've read is just him with grown adult women.
Yeah,
but
maybe he just knows how to keep his mouth shut.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck you guys. Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody involved in this. Anyway,
so that for the most part wraps up.
Yeah. Did you know I'm back in Ohio and I got a weed of the week?
Oh, you do. What do you got for weed of the week?
Oh,
I just
been 2.5
smoked my
weeks.
Birthday joint last night.
Nice.
You go to NA on your birthday and you get a joint for like a penny or something.
Yeah.
Like they can't give it to you; you have to pay something for it, but it's essentially a free joint.
Yeah. We're still trying to work with them. Let's see what happens with that. Anyway, NA in northern Colorado, Fort Collins, southern Fort Collins. Natural alternatives for health. Maybe they'll send us some free stuff. They can't send anything. They'll send you free stuff. They won't get me free stuff yet. Anyway.
So what are you smoking on this week?
So the thing about it is I got it in New York. It's been decriminalized. I was in New York yesterday morning, and it's I think I want to say orange creamsicle or orange dreamsicle or something like that, but orange something. I don't have the stats on it. It came in a baggie with a guy on a skateboard, but it was awesome. It was really good.
Make you feel like you're in high school again, buying it off the street in a baggie.
Or just, Ohio. Illegalness. Like, it's less illegal now in Ohio. So, like, I can be stoned here in Ohio. And I'm just fine. Thank God I'm out of New Jersey. Ugh. I wanted to like it so much.
But the Northeast is so nice.
I wanted to like it. Anyway, you got anything else, Scott?
I don't think so. I think that wraps up what I had here. You?
All right. No. But if you want to learn more about Epstein, where would somebody listen to our podcast? Not you or me.
We're at highermindspodcast.com.
highermindspodcast.com. Just before we go any further, I said that after Scott, so let's see how that timing works out.
Yeah, because by this point and last week's, they had completely reversed.
It was kind of funny.
The timing was just off just enough that over the course of the whole episode, it got all fucked up. It started out so good.
It did. It sounds good. This one will sound really good too.
Yeah. Audio-wise, last week sounded leaps and bounds better than what they had the last couple weeks.
Yes.
So.
Anyway, so highermindspodcast.com.
Ball Sweat McDickface will not be here, and Darby will be back, assuming he gets this one perfect.
No, that's not. That was just that one episode.
It was just the one episode. It can go back to hell now. So yeah, highermindspodcast.com.
.com.
Facebook.
We're on Facebook.
Twitter.
You can find us on Twitter.
Instagram.
There's lots on Instagram.
You can listen to us on SoundCloud.
We are on SoundCloud, and there's full episodes there. The entire list, in fact.
Stitcher.
On Stitcher. We're newly on Stitcher. Yay. Start listening to Stitcher. Yay.
YouTube. Did
We're
you
on
catch
YouTube.
up on those? I haven't checked.
No, I'm having issues with my video maker, so I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay. All right. We'll get to YouTube in a while.
We'll get to YouTube. But
It's a couple months behind, but there's still plenty of good shit there, so
there is.
Check it out. Gmail. highermindspodcast@gmail.com.
highermindspodcast@gmail.com.
I think that wraps everything up.
I think
Did
so
get
too.
everything?
No.
All right.
Higher Minds Podcast.
So, This has been the child fucking episode of the Higher Minds podcast.
Yes.
Don't fuck kids.
Don't.
If you see someone fucking a kid, whip their ass.
Yes, and call the cops after you've whipped their ass. I'm not advocating violence, neither is Scott.
Violence isn't always the answer, but on occasion.
Use your best judgment.
Deuces, everybody.
Deuces.